Good evening, folks. This is Colan from Kincaid Outdoors, and to my immediate left is Jason from Pest Center Outdoors. You can't see her, but she's here. Molly
Good
from
evening.
Pest Owner Best Catch. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. We're going to be discussing fire starters today because
I saw
on a
that.
conversation that I believe it was might have been wasn't SD Mountain Man, but was it
What?
Keith?
Yeah.
He was talking about
Here we go.
Flint and Steels and all this different style fire starters and stuff like that. And I just happen to have most of the different styles, with exception of maybe one, I think, maybe two if you count chemical, or three if you count electrical, which I don't usually do. I know Jason knows how to do most of them.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know how well his bow drill is, mind you.
Never
but
used one.
that is the bane of my personal existence, because I don't like it, because it's just too much work to do, what you need to do. My personal preference, but most people who come on here know, is that I prefer Flint and Steel. My second favorite is Bic Lighter 1, 2, and 3, because I carry multiple with me no matter where I go.
But the most fun one is the sun.
I've got that too. Actually, on that note, I remember what I did with my shorts here, because I had to get into my wallet. Because I carry a Fresnel lens with me wherever I go. We had so much fun at the gathering last year. I mean, I can't tell you, it was like we were all little kids again. My wife Jenny had found these giant tablet-sized Fresnel lenses at a bin store, the Looney Bin in Des Moines, and we had so much freaking fun with those things. There's a small one right there. I'm sure Jason's got one on him too somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's not. But the only thing is that it is sun dependent. That's one of the few things. I have my boy's got one of the items that is compression fire. If that's for the fire piston. He finally got the fire piston I acquired from, I believe it was Temu, that actually you got it working because of a better quality of char cloth, apparently.
So he got it to work?
He got it to work.
Oh, wow.
So same one you got. I've got some really high quality char cloth. I could send some. Well, actually, I got a question. Does Molly need a Flint and Steel?
No, we got him.
No, I just thought she might want a personal one of her own.
No, we got him.
Okay. I was going to send some down.
Yeah.
I mean, because I got, some that came in this. We got in this tin right here. I did find a good piece of rock that will go with these. That sparks amazingly well.
Where is everybody at?
I don't know. I shared it out multiple times. Cliff may be busy doing Cliff things.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is some of the char cloth I picked up at the state fair.
Hey Blake.
Hey Blake, look how thick this thing is. Look at that. I got several baggies of that one. I gave one to Ian, obviously. I kept one, and I thought, well, I wanted to give one to Jenny, but she said, eh. How deep? I don't know how deep it is, but it is what it is. But that's a really nice little Flint and Steel set. It sparks amazingly well. I may not look it. This rock right here. Really good sparks, considering the stone it comes from, one of these. Now, you could use different things from besides flint or chert, even some crystal, like quartz. You can use those with a flint and steel and still work. But you got to have a decent little kit here. I'm probably going to be giving that away soon. So if no one doesn't want it, I can actually see if anybody's interested. But I'm going to be getting your stuff. Yeah, your package is going out tomorrow.
Okay.
But I will probably ask you sometime tonight for a verification on your address because I know it's unique.
It's still the same.
I understand that. Make sure I got the numbers right.
Ah.
I am dyslexic as all get out, and I'd rather not get something backwards. I'm also going to be sending out Sean's and Doug's as well. Speaking of Doug, right there.
Yep.
How's that appropriate? We're talking about fire starters and different types. How many kinds do you actually have that you own, Jason?
I got so many, I don't know.
Well, I mean, Fresnel lenses, great for fires in the sun. Magnifying glasses, which is like I have on my my kit that I carry usually. Let me see here.
I got flint, steel, strikers, blanks.
Give me a second here. Got my fire kit there. I can't begin to tell you how many ferrule rods I actually own. I lost count after 15. It wasn't intentional. It's just sort of I acquired that many. Now,
I got powder and caps.
I don't have one of those. Now, yours is percussion or is yours a flint, actual flintlock?
Percussion cap.
Okay. Now, the only problem with yours is that it's not reusable. It's a one and done type of thing. I mean, but flintlock is not what you call 100% reliable either. But I'm sure that Blake's got a black powder, and I know you do. I don't own one yet. I've been wanting to. I have seen some people actually start fires on, I believe it was dual survival. I can't tell you which pair it was, but one of the two pairs of people there on that show.
No, run the state.
And they're doing power station maintenance on the 28th.
Yeah. It's a big power station that's off of
So we might lose power.
we might.
You got to set up your.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this is my kit I normally carry with me. You can see it's Molly
Turn off midnight.
Huh?
Oh. On the 28th, they're turning the power off for maintenance on a power station.
Is that good or bad?
Well, they're updating it and getting all, they're updating the power station.
Okay. Now, of the methods that I've actually practiced, there's some that I have not. Obviously, bow drill is what I call my nemesis because I don't. It's the. I can honestly say I just don't like the method because it just puts too much work, and it's maybe at best that it works for me. And the fact is, I can't kneel very. A good portion of it too. Hey, Cecilia. Glad you can make it. Thank you for coming. We're discussing fire starters. Actually, this one was the first one mentioned, the Fresnel lens.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Cornfed lost his because his bag got stolen. So I'll keep an eye out see if I can get him another Fresnel lens, see if he doesn't already have one. I am healing. My voice is mostly back, as you can tell. I've still got a little rasp, but that's to be expected because bronchitis does not heal fast, unfortunately. Hey, Tyler, how you doing?
Hey, Tyler.
Glad you can make it, brother. I was watching Heath's channel, and he posted about different fire starters. I generally carry a little mini Bic in my front right pocket of my shorts, wherever I go, whatever pants I'm wearing. But I have it zip tied to keep it from accidentally discharging. And you don't use it until you absolutely need it. And sometimes only a mini Bic is all you really need. Okay, be right back for Jason, looks like. So, everybody in the chat, could you please list your favorite method of fire starting? You could be Flint and Steel, could be electrical, could be match, could be solar, whatever. I mean, there's multiple versions of solar. This is just one version with the Fresnel lens. There's another version with my Hudson Bay tobacco tin, which I got courtesy of Grace. Give me a second here. My fingernail. I cut my fingernails, so there we go. This little magnified. By the way, I have tested this. It does work. So, got to make sure to keep your lens clean. Lightning. Now that's an interesting. Would lightning technically go under electrical? That under fire starting methods? But it's kind of haphazard at best, though, Blake, because you don't know when they're going to be a lightning strike.
When your hair stands up on end.
Well, by that time, it's too late because you're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Kind of remind. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen the movie. What was the name of that movie? Give me a second. Dang it. There was a movie about Caveman with Ringo Starr.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
But they got their fire. Their fire was started by lightning.
Lightning. Yep. Oh, Raka.
Oh, Raka. Yep. And they had Ool and a Zug and all that other fun stuff. Under all natural. Okay, nothing wrong with that.
I had an Asian guy speaking perfect English, which made it much more funny.
It was. And I am not going to be screening that movie on here because that one is a little raunchy for most people.
Oh, no, it's not.
Huh?
No, it's not.
Some people.
Yeah.
But by the way, the main bad guy of that movie was
Kyle Alzado.
He was also somebody else that we all know and probably love. He was Sloth from Goonies. Most people didn't know that. But
a Ranger commercial.
We had a kind of commercial. I don't even know what commercial I have right now. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to mute my thing there. Let's see if I can get myself up. I've got the Penguin on Max TV. It's a new series. It's HBO original. And I also got Cookie Run, Tower of something. Tower of Adventures on PC. Not my kind of thing usually, but whatever it is. The easiest one is usually a Bic lighter, which I think I should have. Hey, look, mini Bic. And you can see as it's zip tied to keep it from discharging. Then, I have my biggest ferrule rod. This is one of the rifle shells from my dad's 21 gun salute funeral. So, as you can see, it's a fairly large ferrule rod. Most people don't. I'm not sure how many people have a dedicated fire kit. I mean, I do have a kit for my Flint and Steel, which is this one. It does have a small ferro rod with it. I got other options, but this is the well, this is the char cloth I was mentioning earlier.
So is char cloth a denim or is it something else?
I don't know, but I do know it's some of the easiest to catch char I've gotten in a while. Because they didn't specify what it was. I paid $1 for a bag, and the bag was like really like that, thick. It was really stuffed, So it was well worth the money I paid for it. I will tell you that because it catches really easy. I mean, I used it to use my magnifying glass off my Hudson Bay survival tin, and it caught really easy in the sun. Now, this would probably be just as easy, if not easier, because but just a regular glass, magnifying glass, that worked amazingly well. Now, this is one part of a method I don't have the other half to, and this is steel wool. Now, steel wool in itself, by itself, does make a good tinder. You can use it without a battery and still use it to catch a flame using either your ferro rod or your Flint and Steel or whatever. As long as this catches a spark, it will burn. Surprisingly enough, I don't know how it works. It just does. Now, a small 9-volt battery or a piece of the old school chewing gum with the aluminum foil on the back wrappers.
Oh, yeah.
A little 9-volt battery or even a AAA battery. You can get that set up right. You can use that to start a fire as well. They call it a prison match, I think. It's another name for it. You can do the same thing with a battery and some metal needles too. Because you never know when you're going to need something. Now, I was going through all this stuff here. Bear with me here. Oh, there we go. There's a good piece of flint right there. Good fire starting right there. I didn't know I even had it.
So move.
Now, okay. Everybody's probably seen these at Walmart or any of their hardware stores. This is the Yuko.
Oh, yeah.
With the scratcher service. But these are the Strike Anywhere matches. These things will basically not go out unless you really, really have, these things will burn forever. And it does have an extra striking surface on the inside, which I have right there. Now, I carry multiple versions of these because you never know. As the saying goes, one is none, two is one type of situation.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a firm believer if you have 10 different versions of something of different kinds, you're going to go, you're going to get fire going somehow. Better too many than not enough. Now, this is, I know this is just a simple tea light. These are really good. A little bit of wax on any tinder will help enhance its ability to catch flame. But a lot of you already know that. Now, Jason, can you tell me what this is?
A baggie full of stuff.
What does it look like?
Looks like little pieces of battwood.
Nope. This is shiny. This is a metal.
Oh, okay. So that's the steel wool?
Nope. This is the steel wool.
Oh, okay.
This is a baggie of magnesium chips.
Oh.
Yeah. If I got a spark on this bag, it'd probably burn through my computer.
Yeah. Don't put water on it to put it out.
It doesn't go out.
It goes boom.
It can go boom if you're not careful.
It will go boom.
Yep. A little bit of jute, also good fire starter.
Yeah. That's why they don't use magnesium for tire rims no more.
Now, you can use your back of your knife, depending on which, if it's a carbon steel knife, for as a starter for your foot, for a piece of flint, such as this, and your blade. I wouldn't recommend it generally, but if it's a last ditch, because I'd rather not damage my blade if you didn't have to. But you can do that if necessary. Now, like I said, one of the methods that I am not, is not my favorite at all, but people think it's really cool because they can do it, is the bow drill. To me, it's a calorie game. I think you should put your efforts into the one that will give you the quickest results with the least amount of calories burned, given your situation.
It's also big.
It does take a lot of room and a lot of energy. And if you're not injured as well, because if you're injured, you may not be able to attempt something like that. And you have to have the conditions just perfect, because any moisture at all in your tinder bundle or your hearth board or your bearing block, any of that, it will not start. Now, this is going to sound weird. This is just simple waxed cordage. And this right here also is a fire starter, more of a well, let's see, just more like a tinder, because there's a little bit of real roll of this right here will catch a flame and maintain it enough to get you some twigs going, that kind of thing. Now, as you saw, I have so many options right in front of me. I don't have anything really big, because sometimes space is everything. Because that's why when you see me, I have a kit. This is my whole kit right here. Now, only thing I don't throw in there is my Flint and Steel set, because I have a really nice kit that, Grace got me, and I like keeping that separate, because you never know. Now, let's see here. There was something. I think I had something else there. Give me a second. Okay, I think it's Cliff that's got something. He's got a I guess it's a cast iron cloak pin.
I'm not sure. I know he's got the fire rope or whatever it's called.
Well, it's rectangular in shape with a little divot for like use as a bearing block.
Yeah,
but it's also a Flint and Steel. But you also can use it like a cloak pin too, like this one. And cloak pins, as you already know, are just really good things to have no matter where you go. But I also go with the old-fashioned actual pin, because these things are freaking cool. I do want to congratulate one person right now, and that would be Jason on his finally getting his rat yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to bring that up. You didn't think I remembered, but I
remember. Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay.
I know I had to leave early because I still am not 100%. So I'm doing the best I can.
Hey, it's getting me views right now.
I have not seen it yet because I really haven't been on my computer. Because, I've been trying to rest up.
Yeah, I created a new playlist today. So,
way to go! Good to know.
And there's 30.
Okay, I just had an idea about something. I'm not sure if it would work or not. Actually, I need your advice on this one, Jason.
What's that?
Okay, say we got either a 9-volt D, a AA, AAA, whatever. It doesn't matter what kind. Well, actually, but something other than a 9-volt, obviously. Instead of using a wire or something like that, that's similar. Give me a second here. I'm gonna pull this out. I had a blade from one of my little box knives, which I usually carry with me anyway. Now, this doesn't have to be sharp. Doesn't have to be anything. Put one blade on one end, one blade on the other, and just either touch a piece of metal such as this. Well, this right here would be easy just to. I'm not sure if that would actually work for a fire starter or not with a proper battery.
With bare hands, no. That would get hot instantly.
No. What I would do with this would be with my. I would have my multi-tool holding onto this.
Yeah.
But the be holding it against the battery, one end here, one end here, but the heat would be here.
Yeah.
And that would be inside your tinder bundle. Now, it would definitely short out your battery really quick. But that'd be like a last ditch thing for, say, if you have a battery from a trail cam or anything like that. I'm not sure if it would work with a phone battery or not.
What
was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was that?
She was discussing dinner.
Oh. Whatever you guys have, I'm sure you're going to love it. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something in that soda that's helping my throat. So I'm going to just let go with it. Now, Cecilia, I know you have a lot of different prepping items. Besides matches, which I've already showed, you can get Strike Anywhere matches from any hardware store. Still, they're a little bit on the hard to find nowadays, but they do still make them. Do you have anything like that you're using? Or are you still sticking with a Bic lighter or even a Zippo lighter? Jenny's got a new lighter that I got her to replace the one that she lost that I picked up during the Bug Out Bag Challenge from the flea market. I'm not sure if she's still got it over there because it does something I think is really cool. I don't usually carry lighters like this because I just don't. Excuse me. Hey, love. Okay, where's your purse?
I'll be right back. I'm going to get my food.
Okay, you go eat. I'll be there. I'm checking. Where in your purse, hon? Okay, thank you. Gotta figure out which pocket she put in. That's not it. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, this is the lighter that I picked up. It's got a compass. It's supposed to have a watch on it and everything else, but I got some proper butane fuel for it. And it has a red flame. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it has a red flame there.
Yeah.
It gets really bright there. But here's the cool part. Watch the light on there's a light on this lights up right there but even one of these will definitely work in that kind of situation, because that way you can clip it on like a carabiner right there, and it does have a small button compass built in. Gimmicky as all get out, don't get me wrong, but will it work? Yes. It does take butane fuel, just like this, and yeah, it's if that's what you have, that's what you use. Now, I actually heard of somebody using incense to help as a fire maintainer. So, say you got something going, you have some coals going, and you got to carry your heat source from one fire to a new location. They used just homemade, the regular incense like you get those big sticks. I guess
they come free with your fireworks.
You know, you can get your, well, let's see. I don't know if you would want to use sparklers or anything like that, but.
It comes with incense so you can light your fuses.
Right. Those would be perfectly good for doing something like that. So you never know what could use to get your fire from point A to point B. But like I said, it's a fire maintainer. So if you need to carry your fire source, if you don't have an active lighter, matches, flint and steel, whatever, or it could be really, really rainy because so you can't use your Fresnel lenses or your magnifying lenses if that's what you got, or your glasses if you are extremely farsighted. I have been the opposite, so my glasses won't work. Hey, Jared, how you doing, brother? Now, I do carry in my truck my give me a second here. My brain's a little fried. Okay, stop that. I don't need the information on that. My Mora. I got a Mora Light My Fire, which has a built-in ferrule rod. Now, I have so many ferrule rods, I can't begin to tell you how many I have that I carry with me on a daily basis. But I carry a Colan's magnesium block with a built-in little ferrule rod there. And in one pocket, I carry another Colan's ferrule rod, full-size regular one, in my other pocket, plus my mini lighter in another pocket. That's just not including my 2 kits that I showed you so far. So, because you never know what you might need, when you might need it, and where it may be. Like I said, most of my stuff I carry in here. This is my dedicated one. Now, in a bug out situation, this would not be buried in my backpack. Because I have the Molly webbing on my backpack, this would be on the outside, where I can attach it and have it accessible at all times. Now, this is also a little bit of a mini survival kit, so I've got a little bit of other things in here, which includes something that's totally non-fire related, but you can probably use it if you figure out a way to use some snap swivels, some hooks, and some sinkers. I'm not sure how would you use it, but I'm sure somebody would come up with an idea. Oh, give me a second. Sorry. My feet are drying out.
Who's Josh and what is he talking about?
I can't hear you, Molly.
I can't get to it. Don't look that much.
Hey, Josh, how you doing, brother? Glad you can make it. Okay, if that's what you are, that's what you are. That's all that matters. This is more of the stuff for, backpacking, survival, prepping, that kind of thing. Now, I'm not sure how many people, let me see here, use the methods that I use. I know that Jason uses a lot of the same methods I do, so that's pretty cool. Now, let me see here. Jason, what's your favorite method? Is the sun?
That's the most fun.
Well, yeah. We can't deny we had a lot of fun.
No. Lighter.
Well, Josh, it doesn't matter who you are. We're people. That's all that matters to me. I don't care who you are, as long as you're true to yourself, and that's all that matters. But learning how to start fires without matches or a lighter is just a skill. It's something you have to practice. Without that ability to learn how to do it, you're limited to what you have in your physical hands. Like I said, the bow drill, I know the principles. Would I normally attempt it? No. Because to me, it's a calorie game. Going to the most calorie burning one, which I consider to be the bow drill, or the 2-person bow drill, to the easiest, which would be a Bic lighter, which I believe Dave Canterbury calls surefire for the most part. They do have those fire starting bricks that have the 2 strings you just pop and it catches flame. Now, If we all had that, we would not have to worry about any of this. But I only have a couple of those, and I just can't always use all those up. Once they're gone, they're gone. So use a lighter, use a match, use what you got. You know, my wife's little red butane lighter to my Bic lighter to my ferro rod. Use what you got. Practice with what you got. Now, would I practice with my survival matches? Probably not, because I got a limit. I've got a finite amount of these. I got 3 packs, but I don't go overboard with using those because you shouldn't have to. So you practice your other methods, your Flint and Steel, your let's see, what's the other? They're Fresnel lenses. Now, as Jason already mentioned, using a Fresnel lens, which is really simple to get. A lot of people see them being used on tablets today to enhance the screen, make it bigger. That's where Jenny got hurt. The ones we gave away at the gathering last year. Now, I think all of us were all little kids when we brought those out, because we had 4 of them and they were all being played with. We weren't practicing with them, folks. We were playing with it. I can't tell you how many things we burnt, but we burnt a lot of things. Hey, Rob, how you doing, brother? Which, by the way, did you ever replace your Fresnel lens? I need to know. Because he recently lost, about a month ago, lost all his gear that he won at the gathering. Someone was heartless enough to break in and steal.
Nope.
Okay. I will see what I can do about finding you another one, because Fresnel lenses are fun as all get out. Now, finding ones that size, I could probably, find it at the bin store, because
Get them online.
The thing is, getting them at the bin store, they were like $1 a piece. So I'm going by price point. You can order it online if you wanted to.
Or 2 Harbor Freight commercials.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, Rob, what is your favorite method of fire starting? Okay, another ad. Let's see what ad I got. Ooh. Okay, this one's from Manly Bands. The perfect ring for every man. They're like made from everything from meteorite to volcanic rock, which I think is kind of cool. I have a really nice one, and my next one is MediaCom cable. I don't think we have MediaCom. We think we have something else. Ferro rod and fatwood. Yep, I do have a lot of firewood, fatwood, which I carry in my bag. I also carry multiple ferro rods, from this really big one, which is my dad. Well, this was my dad's. This thing doesn't look very big, but it's actually that big. But I use this to hold on to it. That way, it's got a good handle. Not too big, pretty comfortable. And I didn't want to secure it too hard, because if it wears out, I could always pull out more or turning it around or whatever. So I think is pretty cool. Now, oh crap, I just did something stupid, I think. Yeah, I'm back. Okay. That's on the YouTube side, so it didn't matter much. So how many ferro rods do you actually have, Rob? And Jason, how many? You any idea?
I think I got 3.
3? I'm looking at, just in front of me, I got 3 in front of me right at the moment. Now, is that all I've got? No. Because here's one of them right here. It's a small one, but about that big. I've got That one I picked up at the Army Surplus store in Des Moines when it was still there. I got a little mini one.
Excuse me.
Right here. And it's got a lanyard hole in it. So you can, either put it around your neck or whatever. I keep it in my kit here next to my Flint and Steel because it fits. Now, it's a backup if I'm just having a hard time getting things started. But it's always a good thing to have. Okay. Now, my shorts that I normally wear every day. In this pocket. What's it got in this pocket, Mr. Baggins? It's a Colan's ferro rod in that pocket. In the other pocket, bandana, pair of bracelets, my Colan's magnesium farce, brick with a little built-in flint, and my little mini Bic with a zip tie on it. Now, you never know when you're going to need something. And I do carry an extra knife that I use with my ferro rods if they're small enough. And it's not much of a but it's this little Sheffield knife right here. Now, looking at the blade, it doesn't look like it's a striker. But I don't use the blade. I don't use the back. I use the hole. I put my ferro rod through the hole. It just does a double scrape top and bottom, and it just creates a double sparks really, really well. Hey, my love. Want to say hi to everybody?
Hello, Jenny.
Hello. I'm in my home.
She's playing video games right now, folks.
What else would I be doing, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Rob. Like I said, I mean, this is the one of the shells from my dad's funeral from the 21 gun salute that fit this really nice 1/2-inch ferro rod. And this way, I can have a really good surface for holding on to anything, throw some really big sparks, good to go. Now, I can use any blade I use, or I could use a scraper, one of my many other scrapers that I may have that are confused. The only thing I will not use, which is going to be so weird, is the scraper that came with my Coglins. This one right here. I have not found a good use for this one yet because I can never get it to quite spark the way it should. Now, I'm sure there's probably a way to do that. I have not figured it out yet, but doesn't mean I won't. But it is decent hard steel. I may have to grind it down a bit to get a good edge, a 90-degree spine edge on that so I can scrape my ferro rods better. But this is the ferro rod I use with that knife. And as you can see, it's kind of war thin on both sides. That's because I use my knife. I put that in there and just like that. I will be replacing this shortly. It is definitely all in the angle, but you got to have an angle. I have not thought to try if I could use a piece of flint on a ferro rod or not. That'd be kind of interesting if it does work. Oh yeah, flint does work with a ferro rod. So a good piece of flint like this will work. So you don't need a knife necessarily, just a really strong, sharp surface. So there you go. You now know that a good piece of flint or sharp rock, chert, what have you, will work with your ferro rod because you don't necessarily need a knife to do it. Bear with me, folks. My nose is running a little bit. Okay.
Maybe you can use an old car fender.
If it's got a sharp edge, yes. But not a plastic one.
Yeah, I'm talking about the old metal ones.
I heard somebody do it once with a tire rim. You know,
Could be.
Because the old school ones were steel. So I don't know if they didn't do a Flint and Steel, mind you. They did a ferro rod that way. Now, unfortunately, the tire that they used caught fire and it basically made a smoke signal. Because the tinder went, and you can pretty much imagine what happened after that. A lot of flame. Good thing they didn't have it attached to the vehicle they were using.
Good way to signal the fire department.
I don't know if the fire department got called that day or not, because they lived out in the middle of the country, and they normally have big bonfires on the weekends. So when I'm talking like they burn junk piles kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you can't really do that nowadays, but this was like 20, 30 years ago. So a lot of things were different back then.
Yeah, we can. We can burn anything out here we want.
But you're in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Iowa. Iowa's a little different.
Yeah, if you're that rural, yeah, you don't have trash pickup. I mean, we're lucky enough, we're close enough to town, we actually have a trash service.
Right. And like recycling, what's that?
No recycling here.
Now, speaking of recycling, the bottom of my can be a fire starter.
Yeah, a parabolic mirror.
A parabolic mirror. Now, for the ladies out there, if you have a compact, one of those little magnifying compacts, those work amazing with fires.
My saw blade fell over.
Yeah.
Your saw blade would be a good one too. Now, I don't know if some ferro rods actually have little pieces of hacksaw blades they use them with, if I remember correctly. Because I had one a while back that did have one. But I use everything else but that, because like I said, I like my knives, because this right here was a gift from my nephew. And this hole right there fits this ferro rod perfectly in here like this. And I just tilt it at an angle, like you can see. That gets both two surfaces at the same time, which means double the sparks, which is twice as much capability to get a fire.
There's also an easy way to snap it too.
Well, that's why I always carry extra. Now, is this the original? No. This is like the second or third one. I go through them. I wear them out, because this is the one I practice most with.
Yeah, another thing you can do for a ferro rod is you can get a nice little 2x4, put a groove in there, just enough for the ferro rod to fit, both depth and length. And then you can use that as to hold it, so you can also fire start off of that too as well. You can put a lot of pressure on it without snapping it.
Right. I do the same thing with my my magnesium bar. It works for a little bit. This one right here is a Colan's. Long after this little piece here disappears, this is still going to work.
Oh yeah,
this has got lots of life left, as you can see.
Yeah, it's nice. You set that on the ground, put the tinder on the end of it, and scrape towards it, and it's a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, this right here is the same as this right here.
Yeah.
This is just in a little chip form. Now, what's really good about this, most people don't realize, this is waterproof. So this can get wet, doesn't change anything. Ferro rod, get wet, still works. Now, like I said, even with a rock such as this flint, you can get this to work.
Remember, you got to keep the aluminum warm. If it gets cold, it's going to be even harder to start.
So, get that thing working. You can see a rock will do this. So you don't necessarily need a knife or something sharp that can enough to shave off the ferro rod will work. So that's something you might want to consider. Did I know that before today? Nope. I just tried it to see if it would work, and it did. Ooh, excuse me. Now, tell me what a high-speed striker is. Now, I did see somebody who used a hand drill with a hearth board and a spindle to do some kind of fire starter that way. Now, that's still a high-calorie attempt, if you ask me. And you have to have your tinder bundle and your spindle and your hearth board near perfect. I don't know if you can get enough speed, but you can put a lot more downward pressure on it. But that's about all I can tell you. So I'm just waiting for Rob to clarify his high-speed striker. Now, let's see here. We discussed solar. Okay. Now, there's one method I am not really comfortable with because it's hard. It's actually kind of easy, but it's also kind of dangerous. And that would be chemical. Your potassium nitrate and glycerin.
Yeah, I would try to steer away from that one there.
It is like one of the easier methods. But the thing is, last thing you need is those two things breaking in your pack and your pack going up in flames.
Yeah. And not only that, it's also dangerous to breathe it in.
That too. But not everybody. You could, by the way, you can get those chemicals pretty much anywhere.
Pharmacy.
First aid kit.
Oh yeah.
The glycerin. Well, I'll actually use this as an example. Could be in these little liquid tabs. There's glycerin in those. Now, potassium nitrate, I think, is a water purificator.
No, it's fertilizer.
Well, no, there's something in that uses that.
Yeah, the little ice packets that you break open with the water, and you shake it up, it gets ice cold.
Right. Fire from ice. There you go. That's more of a magnifying glass type stuff, which was proven, by the way, Mythbusters, you can do it. It's a little bit time consuming, and you've got to have your conditions near perfect, but it can be done. Because you have to have clear, bubble-free ice. Now, would I want to use that method? No. But I'm still waiting for Rob to clarify the high-speed striker. Now, Jarrett, what do you prefer? What method do you use? I hope you're still here. And Blake, I know you're here somewhere, and I know you got a lot of flint. I did find me a better piece in my fire kit, so I'm actually glad because I actually like this piece right here. It's big enough with my hands, good place to hold your char cloth and everything else. Now, everybody uses different materials for their char cloth. You could use a cotton bandana. You could use jute. You could also use cotton duct, like canvas or your jeans.
Old jeans will work the best.
The older the style, the better, not the blends.
And the thicker. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering about that one, Rob, because you didn't specify. I was expecting you with doing it with an electric drill or something, which I have seen people do with an electric hand drill. Because it does create enough speed, enough friction to get a fire going. Is it a waste of a good electrical? Excuse me. The power on the drill, yeah, but there it is. What it is.
Oh, also carry a pencil sharpener You got your
graphite
fender.
works. Yeah, I carry a pencil sharpener. It's in my bag too.
Mhm.
Let's see. I have a all metal one somewhere. Give me a second here. I can remember which pocket I have it in. Oh, right there. And yes, I do have a couple of magnets. The magnets are actually for a bearing block for if I decide to do a bow drill fire. I'm not sure if Jarrett's still in here, but I hope he is. I'll start putting some of this stuff back before I misplace it. Now, older methods, are usually like Flint and Steel is like the old school standard from D&D and all that stuff, which is, I do a lot of Renaissance fairs and stuff like that. So does Jarrett. So those things are kind of pretty common. Now, my steel that I carry with me is actually from a Renaissance fair, but I've had some from different blacksmiths and things around the area, from all the way from Wisconsin all the way down to Missouri, because a decent blacksmith can make a good steel, fire steel. Now, does that make it's all on the amount of the quality of the steel, because you just can't make anything into a fire steel, because
Yeah, a lot of carbon.
You got to have a high carbon content. Now, mine, which is really, really cool. Sorry, I think so. I always will. Is thick and heavy for a reason. Clunky, some people might call it. But the reason I like it, it fits my hand. And it also makes a good pair of brass knuckles if you really need to. But if with the right pin, you can make it into a blanket pin. So, but I like the fact is that it's got a really wide surface for striking. And finding something that's comfortable in your hands is also one of the best things you can do. Now, this other one that I got, this one here is not the steel that came with the kit, but the one I got from, I believe it's AliExpress. And this one's machine tooled. Very similar in ways as the one I showed you before, but as you can see, not as wide. I actually had to use a file on this in order to get the surface set up for it catch a spark. But it does spark extremely well. So for what it is, this is a really good steel. And now, by the way, I will be giving this away in a future giveaway. I don't need another one. I just got it because I just thought it was cool. The original steel that went with this kit, Jenny said she liked it, so went over to her. Now, what is your least favorite and most favorite methods? Jason, least favorite.
Least favorite?
Least favorite.
That I've actually tried to use.
Exactly.
The fire piston.
Oh, yeah. Compression method. It is all about the char cloth on that method, according to Ian.
Yeah, I even tried rubbing alcohol to get it to go, and I couldn't get it to go.
He got it to go work for some reason. I gave him a package of that char cloth I got from the state fair.
Yeah,
and he got it going. He had to roll it up into a really tiny ball to fit in the middle into the end, and he had to slam it really hard. And he got it going. So persistence wise, and got it going. So it does work. It takes some persistence.
I'm sure it takes a little bit of skill too.
Bic lighter is probably your favorite method.
Yes, this is my favorite, easiest.
Mine too. Bic lighter, Zippo lighter would be the second one because that one will last pretty much forever as long as you have your flints for your Zippo, which, by the way, you can get from any Bic lighter anyway once it's dead. And I will let you know that Zippos are very universal in fuel.
Oh yeah.
So when you say you run out of fuel for your Zippo, you're not necessarily out of the woods. You're not lost.
You got paraffin oil. You have try not to
birch oil.
Yeah, don't use gasoline.
You can use gasoline, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, no.
I would say you can use birch oil. You could use paraffin oil, like you said, but it does. That one's a little harder because it sets up.
Do not use linseed oil.
Don't use kerosene.
No.
Do not use kerosene. Will it work? Yes. Rubbing alcohol does work. It evaporates quickly.
Yeah. The reason why you don't use linseed oil is if you mix that with cotton, you have a chemical fire.
Yep. Okay, Rob says a Bic lighter is his least favorite. Now, my least favorite is bow drill because of the physical exertion required in order to get it to work. And it's not guaranteed to work.
Ooh, defend beyond.
Now, like I said, the one I don't use because it's just way too dangerous is the chemical one. Will it work? Oh, yes. Does it work really well? Oh, it definitely does. But it's just too dangerous to be safely carried. And once it's gone, it's gone. But I think
linseed oil lasts quite a bit, and you only need a little bit of cotton per start.
Old school bows were rubbed down with cotton balls and linseed oil.
Mm-hmm. Fire.
Now, the only method I have not done, which was suggested to me by Cliff multiple times, was using my bow as a bow drill.
But you don't like bow drills.
What was that?
But he doesn't like bow drills.
I do not, and I don't want to damage my bows. Because my bow is food procurement, and I don't want to lose that capability. Do I have multiple bows? Yes, I do. Do I want to damage my bows? Definitely not. But looks like Cecilia's got another ad, as per usual. Rob on the road is not here as of yet. He may be working. Just a quick reminder, next Thursday, I am going to be, we're going to be viewing a Wilderness Family about homesteading and everything on next Thursday starting at 7. So we're going to go over it. Either Riff Track or Mystery Science Theater 3000. We're going to do our good points and bad points about the movie, what they did right, what they did wrong, what they did stupid.
Are we doing it Friday because of Mandy?
We're doing both days, yes.
Okay.
Because she asked me to, and I said sure. Now I don't know if I want to do a double feature that night or not, because I could do the second one with that one if I wanted to, but that's a little bit too many back to back. So I don't do double features. Sorry, still healing up. It's either this or just be bored. So, now within my reach right here, if you have a power source of any kind, whether it be battery, whether it be solar, whether it be a phone, GPS, whatever you have that has a battery, you can get a fire going. Now, is it guaranteed? No. You could short out your whole system like that because some of that stuff is delicate. So I don't recommend that method. it's like the prison match with the battery and stuff like that. Now, the steel wool and 9-volt battery will work, at least until the 9-volt battery dies. And most people don't carry 9-volt batteries anymore. Now, Rob, you said the Bic lighter is your least favorite. What is your favorite? Because my least favorite is bow drill. People know that one for a fact. And my most favorite is my Flint and Steel. Because this is waterproof. I can dunk almost, exception of the tinder, everything in the water and pull it out, and I can get a spark. No issues. Same thing with the ferro rods. You can do the same thing. But unfortunately, you can do something with a Flint and Steel you can't really do with a ferro rod. My steel can get caught in a fire. I could pull it out, let it cool down, and I can still use a rock to spark it. A ferro rod, once it's heated up, will disintegrate. Joe Robinette is a person who did, I think that happened to him. On Alone, I believe. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am. I don't know if Jason's still here or not, because I can't hear him.
I'm still here.
Did you know if Joe Robinette was the one who fire steel fell into fire?
I never ever watched that one episode.
Okay, I wasn't sure. That's why I was asking.
No, I'm watching the bait station.
You're watching what?
The bait station.
What's the bait station?
The bait station that's across my shop.
Oh, okay. Your trap. Okay. I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
Mm-hmm. Molly said that's not the rat she saw.
True. Flint and Steel will do the same. So I put Flint and Steel and ferro rod pretty much hand in hand on that one, especially since I just proved that you can use a ferro rod with a flint. So, yeah, so that's always good to know. Now, like I said, magnesium, totally waterproof. So if you dunk it, this little bag of magnesium scrapings, well, not little, but decent sized bag, that right there can be totally wet and still catch a spark and still catch fire. It doesn't matter whether it's from a ferro rod or from a Flint and Steel striker, it'll go up in flames.
Any friction.
Yep.
To get it hot.
I have not thought to see if they would work with a battery, but I really don't want to try that because the battery could explode. So I'm a little leery about that part. Now, Surefire is the number one thing you should always have available. Now, lighters, I carry 2. Ferro rods, I carry at least 15. Did I plan on carrying 15? No. I just have them. I acquire them and not realize I have them. It's like Cliff and all his flashlights. He just has them. A flashlight is could be a fire starting method, as was used. I think it was done in Dual Survival once, or it could have been Survivor Man. I'm not sure which one. One of those two did it. Yep. Like I said, I do have a good supply of fat wood. Give me a second here. I got to remember which pocket I put it in. But I carry a big bag of that. Actually, that might be in my other bag. I think I moved it to my bushcraft bag. Nope, that's my extra hat. Since I got the extra bags, I've been trying to separate things. Because I mean, if I'm going to do bushcraft style stuff, I'll do bushcraft style stuff. If I'm going to do a bug out bag overnight type thing, I'll use my bug out bag. If I'm going to do a backpacking setup, I'll do that. I think I just dropped my fatwood. Oh, forgot. Flashlight. Nope.
Oh yeah,
I dropped it behind my bag. Yeah, it's back there. I can't reach it right now. So that's. I have a nice big bag that I got from Cliff. It's a 4 Directions bushcraft bag full of fatwood. So you never know how much fatwood you're going to need. And always keep an eye out while you're out in the woods, if you're in the woods, for dead pine trees. Now, Herbert T. Outdoors has done several videos on getting some fatwood. So has SD Mountain Man. Now, another good one that works is birch bark. Birch bark is multi-functional. And there is Mr. Cliff himself.
Good evening.
As Mandy likes to say, Cliffy, 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 Cliffy.
That would be me. Be right back.
He was here, then he's gone. Now, one thing I like to use, jute makes a really good tinder bundle. Now, you could possibly use the inside parts of your paracord, but that's more nylon than natural material. Cliff, favorite method of fire starting, least favorite method of fire starting?
Flint and Steel is my least favorite method.
Okay. Favorite one?
Blowtorch.
How'd you start the blowtorch?
That's a blowtorch. I was a kid. I either have this or I have the one in my pocket.
Okay. I actually have a new torch that I've been using too. Just
I always carry my little Zippo torch.
Yep, that works. Because I was showing off Jenny's new one, which is a torch, technically. Is this one here.
I do also like bow drill method because I know Colan hates it.
Well, there's that one.
On the bleach hole? Oh.
So that's a little torch. I've got an actual full-on torch like you got, but bigger. Ian's got one bigger than me in that, but you got to make sure you maintain the fuel for those like that.
Yeah, I top mine off every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because I use it a lot. Surprisingly.
Excuse me.
Just want to tap this up again. Yeah.
Now, with your ferrule rods, you can use a hacksaw blade as a striker, or you could use with the flint.
Frosty. And she's full.
Well, this is the blade I got from Jarrett.
That's a nice one.
Huh?
I said that's a nice one.
It's not bad. It's nothing fancy. It's a right edge brand. This is actually I got one I picked out, but he hadn't had put this one out yet. But I chose this one for one reason. It's orange.
I can't lose that in the dirt.
Exactly.
Unless you happen to be on orange dirt.
I did attempt to try to start a fire with the edge on this one. It can be done, but it's very difficult and really hard on the back of your blade.
Yeah, it's also dangerous for your fingers because if you slip, you're going to cut your hand open.
Right. So I'm not going to be trying to get that one going with this one, but it's a nice little blade. Good. It fits. It's a little tight, just a titch small for my hand, but it's got a good grip.
I suppose I should say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Jason, Molly, Amanda, Jenny.
Mandy's not here.
Cecilia.
Mandy's not here today. Not yet, anyway. She might pop in later. But I would say Jarrett's here. Blake's here. Who else is here?
Josh, whoever Josh is.
Yeah, Josh just popped in to say hi. I don't know who he is, but I said, hey, you are who you are. You're good. That's all that matters. Doug's here.
I just see I see his little comment on my gay little wizard. I'm like, alrighty then.
If he is, that's who he is. I don't care. Not my monkey, not my circus.
ATB, all the best.
Now, we were talking about the different methods that we could use that I carry with me on a regular basis. I don't have all the methods. You actually have more methods than I do when it comes to certain things. Like your Flint and Steel set is also the bearing block for a bow drill fodder.
Yeah, one of mine is. I got to figure out where that one actually went. I have no
That's
idea.
your square. That's your rectangle one, right?
Yeah, I got a square one that, yeah, it's rounded square. But yeah, I got it somewhere that has a little bow drill divot in it.
Now, I do have the bow drill setup that you gave me. Now, I'm going to use that in conjunction with my magnets, which I carry in my kit, which can work to make a good primitive compass, if necessary, with my needles that I carry. So that's always a good thing. But the bow drill is a calorie burn for me, because if you're all wore out trying to get a fire going and it doesn't work, you're out a whole ton of calories. So choose the best method for you. Now, if it's the Yuko, universal, matches, use that. If it's your Bic lighter, if it's your Zippo, if it's your torch, use that. But I do know these get wet, they don't work. The fuel would still work, but the igniter will not.
Yeah, some of those don't work when they're wet. Like mine will still work when it's wet.
A
But you
Zippo
gotta
would work.
really sit there and blow it out clean. The problem is you have the igniter on here. If that gets wet, sometimes the piezo doesn't work on there.
Right. Now, Zippo lighters. The only thing I would worry about that one would probably the striker would still work, but the fuel got wet, which means you'd have to dry out the entire cotton batten inside.
Not necessarily, because if you got fuel in it, technically the chamber is waterproof, or at least hydrophobic.
Right.
Same with the wick. The only drawback on that is the fact that Zippos dry out real fast.
It depends on what the temperature outside and your body temperature is. If it's like really dry, like where you live, Cliff, and it's really hot, then it will probably dry out quicker than it would be here.
Oh yeah, Zippos don't last for more than about 2-3 days out here.
It would probably last about a week or so here. But we were discussing alternative fuels for the Zippos. Now, alcohol will work in a Zippo. Will it evaporate faster? You better believe it. You can use alternative methods with that. Would be like the yellow gas treatment will work.
DEET
would work.
Denatured will work. You got denatured. You got high isopropyl.
Yeah, the rubbing alcohol. 99% of rubbing alcohol will work.
You can technically use gas if you have it. I just don't recommend it.
One method I did see that did work, which is something I've never tried yet, was someone had distilled birch bark oil and used that.
Yeah, because that stuff is incredible. You could probably do it if you had distilled pine tar or pine pitch too.
I don't know about that one because it does solidify more often than birch oil does. But they use it in a lamp oil. It's a lamp oil, so I'm sure it would work in a Zippo.
I feel lamp oil would work better in a Zippo than anything else because
if you have a lamp oil, you could use it.
Again, most Zippos are useless because they have you got the whole cotton pack and then you just fill it. They do make some Zippos that are sealed, and you have to fill them from the top.
Well, you got the trench, old school World War II trench lighters. Those things could run off of perfume.
Yep. Well,
Now,
at that time,
you can
perfume
get
was
your
gas
hands on
flammable.
a trench lighter or a copy of one. They will run on pretty much anything that burns. Now, the only drawback on both those methods is that you actually have to have the little flints because they will wear out given time. Now, as long as you can find Zippo lighters that even with the ones that are drained, you can remove the little flints from there and use them in your Zippo. So they will fit. We've tested that method out. Well, let me correct myself. Ian tested that method out, and it worked. Because he had found an old non-working Zippo, and he made it work. Because he likes Zippo lighters. He carries one with him wherever he goes. He doesn't smoke, but
Zippos aren't that hard to fix. The only thing you got to do is find a flint or a micro ferro rod that fits in the hole.
well, that's what I said. Most Bic lighters, any and all Bic lighters, or even the cheapy off-brand Bics,
I think those ones are a little small because I know they sell.
They
You
work.
can go to the store and you can buy like a wheel. It'll have
Yeah.
like 6 flints in there for the Zippos, but I can guarantee you're never gonna run out. Never.
Right. You're
You
always
can
going to
lose your
find.
Zippo before you ever have to replace the wick, but it's basically a micro ferro rod.
Well, here's a good thing. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm
So-
waiting for his response to my question.
Well, Zippo, by the way, if you actually buy a brand name Zippo, brand new from Zippo, they have a lifetime warranty. If they break, you send it back, they'll send you another one. Or repair yours and send it back to you. He's had 2 over that time. So that's not bad. Zippo is a brand name that's last decades. Not I mean, they were popular back in World War II. So that should tell you something. So it's over 100 years easy. Well, actually, now time would probably be World War One, 100 years ago. So something like that. But I don't know if anybody's actually tried birch oil. Excuse me. Stupid cough. Birch oil in anything else. I mean, lamp oil, I'm sure somebody could probably test that method out and try it out. Rubbing alcohol, I know that works because I've done it. I used to carry a Zippo when I was working when Ian was just a little kid when we was born. But I overfilled it one day and I left it in my pocket and it burnt my leg. Did not ignite. The fuel burnt my leg. Had a nice welt on my leg for about 4 months.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, I didn't realize it at the time. Yeah, the Marlboro Zippo was very common. Now, you can find them in any different styles, shapes, designs. I mean, this is not a Zippo. This is just a modern electric lighter. But it does work sideways a lot easier than a Zippo does. But the thing is, you can't get down and deep and down there. Or one of the good things about a Zippo is you can light it, open it, leave it sit down, and you can cook over it if you needed to. Now, would I prefer to do something like that? No, but you can if you have enough fuel for it. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever done that.
Not
But
me
I was-
personally.
Huh?
Said not me personally.
Not me. Well, we're talking in a survival situation, Rob. If you run out of your Zippo fuel, what's your next best thing to put in it? That's why I like the old World War II trench lighters. People talk about they've used wood. Was it wood gas? It's highly toxic to people, but it works really well for starting a lighter. Sorry. Let's see here. Lamp oil might work, like you said. I haven't tested that method yet, but I don't have a Zippo anymore. I gave it to Ian, and that's the last I saw it. Or Ian found it in my stuff, and he said, "Ooh, mine," as he does. He's not here right now. He's not going to be here till tomorrow. Not the Series 16. I'm not familiar with the Series 16, to be honest, Rob. I know I've seen the Marlboro ones from way back in the day. My dad had one. He smoked until the day he died. He smoked both cigarettes and pipes. Which thing is, we always complained when he smoked cigarettes, but we never complained when he smoked a pipe.
Different. The pipe tobacco is more mellow than cigarette tobacco.
Well, the ones that he preferred had an apple smell. Smelled like apples.
It's kind of like Swishers.
Yeah.
Charcoal fluid.
It's still fuel.
Oh, you mean lighter fluid? I mean,
Yeah, lighter fluid.
the stuff that comes in the yellow container?
Yep. I don't have any of that myself, but white gas will work if you use it in a Coleman stove. Now, I don't know how well that would work and how safe that would be, but it will work. Should work.
Yeah,
Now,
probably not very safe.
I don't know. I mean, I was curious about how white gas would work with my my Trangia knockoff. Instead of the alcohol that I normally use, try the white gas, see if that works. It should work, but I don't know how well my seals will handle it. You know? Because I upgraded to a lighter version of that. I gave my old version to Dan. And, yeah. Now, I still want to consider making my cane into a first aid kit, but I probably could put a ferro rod in there pretty easily.
Yeah.
That small one from my kit here would fit in there really well.
Be right back.
All right.
Oh my God.
So, Jason,
What?
how you been? You've been awfully quiet.
I got other stuff kind of going on.
I know you're eating supper, probably.
Oh no, I already did that.
What'd you have?
Potato and some pulled pork or pulled beef.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten yet. You're making me hungrier.
You sound like
Where's your lasagna?
Not getting eaten until Saturday.
Oh, that's your Saturday meal. Okay. So, what about cheese balls?
Container's empty.
No.
Ate them all yesterday.
Speaking of cheese balls, did you get my message on Instagram, Cliff?
About the titanium stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I was telling you about. Titanium chopsticks with built-in magnets. That way you can put them on your plate. You don't have to worry about losing them.
Who walks around with a steel plate?
Well, I think it's more like for backpacking and stuff. Who knows? But the thing is that the chopsticks themselves would be kind of cool. You can use it around your encampment or something, you know? You can use it as a skewer if you want to. You probably lose your magnetic properties, but you still use it as a skewer.
You drop that thing in the dirt, and that's the first thing you're going to lose. And then you're just going to have a poker.
Well, it depends. Like I said, it's magnetic, so they'll stick together more than anything else. Now, how many ferro rods do you own? Or give me a ballpark. You don't have to give me an exact amount.
Shit, I don't know, probably about 10 or 15.
Same. Flint and Steel.
We
I actually
even
have
with an armed
two
breach.
on me right now. I got two ferro got 15 ferro rods, give or take. 2 Flint and Steels at the moment. 3 packs of the fire, the Yuko fire matches. A couple other boxes of the Strike Anywhere matches, the big 300 pack. The Fresno lens is my favorite fun way of starting fires.
They got like 500 matches right here. I got like 3 or 4 ferro rods there. I have my fat rope stick, which
I don't have one of those.
Those are expensive. I have a ferro rod over here. I have.
Hey, Weldon, how you doing? I don't know who Weldon is, but thank you for coming.
Weldon Carey, hello.
Thank you for coming. We were discussing the most fun method we had at the gathering last year, Cliff. This one.
Oh yeah, yeah, but that's only because we had like 8-inch freaking magnifying lenses. We were just melting, burning everything.
But we were all kids that day.
It's a shame we didn't have more than just the 3 of them.
We had 4.
So we only had 3.
We had 4. We had two packs. I'm gonna try to go back to the store where I picked them up and see if I can find more. There's no guarantee I will, but doesn't mean I won't either. So if I can find them for $1 a piece, I'm gonna buy as many as I can. Because
fun to play with.
Now, I did test out my magnifying lens for this, Cliff. You know that new char cloth I picked up at the state fair?
Yeah.
I tested it with this. It works. Now, is it as easy as
that's the whole purpose of those tobacco tins?
Right. Well, the thing is, I have never actually tried it, to be fair. Because, I mean, I use my Flint and Steel. That's what I've always used it for. But with the proper char cloth, it works perfectly fine. But you do have to have a sun. That's the biggest issue.
Yeah, stuff doesn't work on cloudy days.
Nope. Fresnel lenses the same way. Now, I did find out that this piece of flint right here will work with ferro rods.
Well,
So that's always a good thing to know. If you didn't know that, it does work.
Yeah, because it would have a sharp enough edge to scrape it if you got a nice clean edge.
Well, I did test it earlier with my big one, but
Oh yeah.
so it does work. I mean, you don't necessarily need a blade. Good piece of flint, or I guess you could use some quartz if you have it, or any other surface that would usually normally make sparks with a flint and steel. So they do kind of intermix on that method. My biggest one right now is I got this one here, which you already know about because I got this from you. I got this from my dad. But I love the way the feature that I can extend the handle out if I need to, and it's still got a good grip. Now, I was still trying to debate whether I should wrap that or not, but I kind of like it the way it is. Aesthetics wise, I like it. Now, if it's in the cold, I'm not sure if I could be able to touch that thing because that thing will probably be burning my hands with the cold if I have to.
Yeah, it's brass. I think it would be cold for maybe like 30 seconds to a minute. Then your hand is going to warm it up.
It depends on how cold it is, to be honest, and also it also depends on your tinder bundle too. Now, I don't know if anybody actually carries around a random tinder bundle in their gear. They have the stuff for making a tinder bundle, but not an actual full-on tinder bundle.
No, because usually you just find that stuff out and about when you need it.
Right. So, I mean, you could get a bunch of that, or if you like birch bark or anything like that, you keep it in a Ziploc bag. That will work.
I've got birch bark. I've got birch bark.
You got a big sheet of it.
I got like 2 big old sheets of it.
Now, the thing is, like I said, I was wondering about being able to distill the birch oil from that and make some, see what's that birch oil. I do know burns really well.
I don't know if that stuff would. I got to actually test it to see if there's any oils left in it. It's been sitting outside for
that's
the
what
last
catches it.
4 years.
Well, that's what causes it to catch fire so easily. It's the oil.
Well, I know, but mine's been sitting outside in a box for the last 2-3 years.
Oh, I have not in your shed.
No, it's just outside behind my on a rack back here.
Oh, I did not know that. I don't keep mine outside, but I got a place. There's a place in town in Des Moines, just down the street from where Jenny works, near a public park that has several birches. And I don't touch the tree itself. I grab all the stuff that drops to the ground, and that's big pieces. So,
Good evening, Anarchy Television.
Hey, Anarchy, how you doing? Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the newcomers. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you're here. Hope things are well with you guys. We're discussing fire starting. If you do know different methods of fire starting other than a Bic lighter and matches, please feel free to give me your favorite and least favorite methods. The most fun method, I'm sure Cliff will agree, is this one.
No, the most fun method is using a flare.
I guess you could do that one.
The flare's the easiest.
No, that's the most fun because you can just shoot it at the fire pit from like 30 feet away.
Now, for ease of use, this one. For me, I've never used a flare, so I can't tell you if that's fun or not. Now, I've seen people use Roman candles.
You can, but that's more of an explosive lighter than anything else.
It does work.
You can use a fountain. Fountains are more beneficial because it's just like concentrated sparks all in one area.
They do make these little. It's like a sparkler, but I call it a flare or a torch. But you light it, it burns down, but it changes color, but it works like a torch. It's like about that long, and it's like wrapped in colored paper and stuff like that. But I've used those for catching fires on, and sparklers will work if you get them going. Now, the powder from a fire sparkler, dangerous as all get out, folks. But
it's all essentially gunpowder.
Yep. If you have like several old sparklers, you put them in a Ziploc baggie like this to keep them dry. Keep it for emergencies. Then you just spark it. It'll catch flame and get yourself a fire going.
Pull shock and brake fluid.
I could see that working. Brake fluid is more of a glycerin. I could see that. I've heard about people using that one, but that's not the safest method. But pull shock's also good for water purification too.
Oh God, what was the other one? It's
potassium nitrate.
No. You usually stick it on rags when you're messing with wood. And then if you leave it out in an area, it just spontaneously combusts.
Linseed oil.
Linseed oil.
There you go.
Yeah,
Linseed oil on a rag.
He mentioned that one earlier.
Did he?
Yep. Now,
I've never had that issue happen to me, but it can happen.
Yeah, that's one thing you got to make sure when you're carrying different methods that you can carry them safely. Because you don't want your gear going up in flames. Because your gear goes up, you're done.
Depends on what gear goes up in flames.
Well, if you're carrying your stuff that in a backpack and you get jostled, something breaks, and all of a sudden your pull shock and your brake fluid mix together. What do you got? One giant fireball.
With trash trucks.
Say what?
I've seen the spontaneous fires from trash trucks because of mixed chemicals.
Right, because people just throw different things into their trash. They're not supposed to, but they do anyway.
You'll pick up trash from one place, and then you go like 2 doors down, and you pick it all up. They compact it, and then
See, that's the problem right there is they compact it.
Right.
If they didn't, you'd get less chance of spontaneous combustion. But then again, you're only going to get
it's a risk.
10, maybe 20 houses worth of trash in there, and then you got to drop off.
Well, remember, trash can produce a lot of methane too.
The methane.
So that's a possibility as well. Now, do you have a fire piston, Cliff?
I do not, but doesn't mean I can't make one.
Oh, I'm sure you could. I mean, you're smart. You can probably make most of these items. Ian got the fire piston to work. So more power to him. I gave it to him in the first place. It's not like I'm out of a ton of money or anything like that. I wasn't really happy with it, but it was the quality of the char cloth that I was working with was the problem. So the char cloth I got from the state fair at the rendezvous, best quality char cloth I've ever seen. And apparently he got it to work. And that's all that matters. Now, Pull Shock comes in a little tablets, right?
No, packages.
Nope.
I've seen them in little pucks or something like that too.
No, that's just regular pool chlorine.
Oh, okay.
The shock is way stronger,
Okay.
and it does it now.
Okay.
Full shock is essentially like hydrated chlorine.
Well,
Yeah.
I know that the people have used it for water purification too.
You can.
Yeah, one
Small
bag will
dose.
treat 16,000 gallons.
Well, I mean, for smaller amounts, you got to use smaller amounts, obviously, because you can't use too much or you kill yourself. But I'm not sure what the amount would be from Pool Shock to, say, a quart canteen size.
No,
What do you mean no?
probably take a pinch of it and put it in 300 gallons.
About a couple grams?
Probably.
I mean,
That'd be essentially
Or grains.
licking your spoon, like licking the edge of your spoon, sticking it in there, and then putting it in like a 5-gallon bucket.
well, if that's what it takes to make, purify your water, you'll do what you have to do.
Yeah, but like I said, 1 pound of Pool Shock will treat between 16 to 20,000 gallons of water.
Okay.
Pond.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to kill a pond. That would be bad.
I mean, you could, if you really hated somebody and you really decided that you just wanted to end their fish, then yeah, you can just throw like a couple Pool Shock in there, and them fish will be dead by the
Yeah,
end of the week.
Just make sure they're not shellfish because they're expensive.
Koi fish?
Exactly, the shellfish, yeah.
Yeah, but you could shred up, say, a cotton bandana, such as this, which I'm going to use for my nose right now because
Now you could need more. Now it's tainted.
I got to wash it tomorrow anyway. But I got to be able to breathe. That's my big thing for me.
Yeah, I prefer using microfibers. They are so much softer on the nose.
Yeah, but I don't have any
It's a little
microfibers.
rougher.
I don't have any microfibers. So it is what it is.
I think so too. Like you said,
Well, then, yeah, cotton's your best way to go if that's the case. But, yeah, I got tons of freaking microfibers. I just happen to use those because they're a lot more comfortable.
Oh, I'm sure they are, but not everybody has that. Or people say, "Oh, you could use this, that, and the other thing," or those water soluble towels.
Oh, those compressed towelettes.
Yeah.
I had a whole bunch of them in a drawer back here. I found
Now,
them the other day.
would those work for a fire starter if they're dried out? Obviously.
No, dude, if you wanted a fire starter that way, the easiest thing to do is if you have lighter fluid, is just put a couple of drops on it and then light the sucker.
It'll expand.
Oh, dude, that thing will expand and catch on fire at the same time.
Yeah. Now, I think that would work really well with the chemical method. If you do the method that he was talking about with the Pool Shock. It's not rocket. Sorry about that, folks. Oh man. Now, I mean, there's so many different methods. I've seen a pump drill method before.
I've
And
made one.
You did.
Yeah, the 2x4, 2x4 and a spindle.
How well did it work?
As well as it could have, but considering I was kind of doing a rush job when I was making it, I'm actually surprised it worked in general.
In theory, it worked.
Usually when you want something a little heavier on your spindle end,
Right.
I had just had a random piece of like oak 2x4 that I'd cut and then drilled a hole into. So I had a square piece of like oak 2x4 on a spindle, and then I had my pump drill handles. I mean, it worked as well as it could have, but really when you want to do those pump drills, you want to have a fairly heavy, substantial. I mean, if you cut a brick into a solid square, kind of rounded it out so it was kind of more or less a, not square.
A flywheel.
Yeah, essentially, a flywheel would work too.
I've seen them use a bicycle wheel.
You can use that as part of for the gear ratios or for the handle itself, because the center of the bike spoke is bearing, so it'll work pretty easy. But you want something fairly heavy on there to sit on whatever you're trying to light on fire or try to get the embers from.
Right. Now, the method that someone has mentioned before, I have never done it, but using the hand drills like you and I both got.
Oh, you know what? I still haven't done that yet. I still got to test it out.
We discussed it, but we never tried it. The other method that you guys suggested was me actually using a bow for a bow drill.
Yeah, I would be very careful with doing that one because you're essentially, I mean, the bowstring itself is already under high tension, and you're putting it under even more tension by putting the wrap around the spindle.
I would not put in a full strung bow. I'd probably take one of my small, like 9 or 10 pound bows, and use one of those.
Well, I mean, you could always flip the bow around. So instead of having it actually set at full tension from the recurve side, you could have it on the front side. Because, I mean, the string it'll still stay on the string catch on top from the front. It's gonna be
I don't like back, stringing backwards. It's not good for the bow.
If you're doing a bow drill, it's probably more than enough for it. I don't think you're going to cause yourself any bodily harm.
Well, most of the bows that I have that are small like that are all fiberglass anyway, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Kids 15.
I will be right back. I have to see a man about a horse. So
he's got to go watch. He's got to go
water shake the dew off my lily, a whole bunch of other stuff. You guys got the con.
But he's just going to go water a tree. Jason, you can come back up. He's gone now.
Nah. I'm kind of watching the bait station.
Debate station?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're watching. I could go somewhere with this, but I'm not going to. I'm just being funny.
Yeah, no.
It's Jumbo Jet.
Yeah, if you watch the video last night, I did get a glimpse of it, a little
I saw it.
Big rat.
Yeah, that was a good. So that if you guys were starving, that would have been at least it would have been a packaged snack.
It would be a taco
or two,
depending on how much lettuce or cabbage you put in there.
Split it right down the middle, or it might actually be enough meat on there.
Rotisserie of rat.
Yeah, there you go. And then use the tail. Don't eat the tail. Use the tail as bait for fish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Molly says that's not the one that she saw. So
I heard that earlier.
Yeah.
I was like, if she saw one that was bigger.
No, different color.
Ooh,
darker.
Interesting.
So yeah, so
I'm just eating my foods here real quick.
Alrighty.
I'm starving and I'm sore.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering, I did start a new playlist today. So yes, I got my name through a buddy of mine that passed away years ago. He called me a pest hunter. So
No.
it was the joke
I
going
got
around.
delivered, but I didn't get pizza.
Yeah, but like I said, it was just a joke that was going around work for a few weeks. I just said, you know what? I just went with it. DiGiorno?
No, Domino's. The chicken Alfredo bowl and pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread.
Ah,
I don't know why they send me red pepper. I never ask for this stuff, and I get this crap free at work.
oh, the pepper cheese.
Yeah, no, crushed red peppers. I hate these.
Oh,
I stopped using those things ages ago because they're not even hot.
no, use the stuff that you made last a few months ago. Sprinkle a little bit of that on there.
Stuff that I made. I don't even know where I put the bag that I had that in.
That'll light you up.
No, that stuff actually wasn't that hot. It had a good spice to it, but it wasn't like super ridiculous hot. Why is my thumb sore all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's one of those ones you got to keep.
Well, that was unnecessary.
Now, what are you working on?
Eating dinner.
What are you having?
Pasta. Chicken Alfredo pasta.
I had ham salad.
Ham salad.
Mm-hmm.
Ham
salad sandwiches.
And a baked potato and a tortilla.
Sad ass looking pasta bowl.
Actually, I heard about a really good way of a tortilla bake that you basically, it's like a breakfast burrito, but use like multiple burritos folded in a casserole dish, and then you put your eggs over the top of it right before you bake it. You put like a full-on piece of bacon in there, some cheese, your peppers, whatever you want to put in there. Then you put your eggs over the top of it and you bake it. It looked amazing. I saved the recipe, so it looked really, really good. Now, how big was your rat?
Maybe almost as long. Well, it's almost as long as my shoe.
I don't know how big your feet are.
Big.
Wow, that doesn't tell me anything.
Probably somewhere around about 11 inches somewhere.
What size is your shoes?
13s.
Okay. Decent size, but not huge. I've
Not the biggest one I've got.
when I was working at the D.A.V store, so I know I can judge a decent size, about that big.
You got a bigger one last year.
No, the biggest one I got is 16 inches. Just think how big a 16-inch rat is.
Is that including the tail?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's part of the rat. I'm going to measure it.
Oh, okay. No, I've seen rats with some tails missing. So,
Yeah, it's because other rats eat it off.
or they get caught in a trap. I think I have pretty much exhausted my knowledge and expertise on the fire starters, guys. Any other topics we can go on to?
How to slap a rat.
Well, you know how to slap a rat. You're the expert on slapping a rat.
Yeah.
With SD Mountain Man as a second. Only reason he's a second is because that's what he's doing for a living right now.
Yeah.
So he's a close second. You're just retired.
Yeah, I'm just retired.
But he's in the same field. So
Did it for years.
yes, we know. That was your primary occupation. Now,
Paid
me,
very, very, very well.
I worked at several different, things, but I won't do the one I actually trained for in the military.
Surgeon?
Huh?
Surgeon?
No. Medic.
Medic. Like an EMT, sort of. Because of the, it's a high stress job that I wouldn't wish on anybody. Because I tried doing it in civilian world, I could not do it. Too many memories. Just saying. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. In your bug out bag, do you have any food already put aside for that or no?
Oh, of course.
Now, are you going to? I mean, I know you have a lot of the hurricane meals like you gave us.
Oh yeah.
What did you have any particular types that we didn't get, or you just kept? Or are they basically along the same lines?
I just brought a couple samples.
They were delicious, by the way.
Uh,
Hey, wait, better than nothing at all. Trust me.
yeah.
I've had really bad MREs in my time.
Yeah, I mean, there's some MREs I've had that are way better than those civilian.
I've had some MREs that are worse than the civilian ones. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
The one I had was pork rind.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I know.
dried pork rind.
Yeah, I know that one.
That was the worst. I had that one in basic. No one, I couldn't get anybody to trade with me on that one.
I remember when my dad brought home some K rations. I was like,
My dad did too.
you open those up, and we're going, no, thank you.
Actually, K rations are a lot better than most. And Jenny's dad actually she got a lot of them growing up because her dad was a cook.
We used to get a lot of MREs because Molly would transport the military guys. They had their stuff like that when they were getting off the bus.
Right. Now, I mean, on the Army Navy store we've showcased on here before, has a lot of different meals. You can buy them by the pallet if you want to, if you have the money, obviously. One method, they had one for $40 for a case. Looked like the best option for me. Not the vegetarian one, but the other one.
Yeah.
And give me a second here.
Did I put that in my bookmarks?
I'll put the link in the thing here a second. That way everybody can have it. Here, you take a look at it, folks. If you want to take a look at this, it's actually pretty cool. This thing's got a little bit of everything. It's links in the chat, folks.
Yeah, I actually bookmarked it.
Yeah, I just memorized it. It's Army Navy Outdoors.com.
What you get, Spider?
Now, we looked at military surplus, medical food, and all that other stuff. MREs and emergency food. The one I was looking at was not the Americurial one. It's the
MRE entree side.
It's the Americurial APAC MRE.
Okay.
Because the other one is the vegetarian one, and that one is like vegetarian. I don't do vegetarian. But the thing is, it's $40 for a case of 12, and they have quite a few different options. So they come in noodles, sauce with noodles and chicken, spaghetti with Italian-style sauce with meat, vegetable stew with meat, pasta with garden vegetables and tomato sauce, sausage with beans and home-style vegetables. That's not bad. So, yeah, all kinds of different stuff. Southwestern beans and rice and chicken.
Well, that's on my floor.
For $40 for a pack of 12, that will get get you through for like a 3-day weekend, 72 hours, whatever it is. It does come with an entree, a full-size fruit smoothie, a protein bar, or a large cracker with sunflower spread, which works great for me. A spork utensil set. Love those things. And a heater, not guaranteed to work.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. But the thing is, you can just boil it in a bag as it is. You can do that if you need to. Or you can eat it cold if you really have to. But it's still food.
Well, that let me check the back of that. What's the yield on that?
What do you mean?
The Mountain House beef stroganoff.
I can't eat that one.
It's 2 servings.
because they have mushrooms in that one. Unfortunately.
That's 14 ounces of water, of boiling water.
Yep.
That's not a very. That's a pretty small pouch for $12. Serving size, 1 packet.
No, it should be 2 servings.
No, it says right here, 1
Which
serving
one?
per packet
For what?
for that beef stroganoff.
That's Mountain House, though.
Yeah, that's the Mountain House. Yeah,
Oh, I think
Where's
you got.
that?
I think
Where's
you're on
that
a
listed
single.
at? I didn't see that.
it's brand new.
Yeah, they're reintroducing some of the singles. It's not really a meal. It's more like a light lunch.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
not
didn't
much,
even see that.
but it's $12
4.6 ounces.
dried.
If I know what they usually put in Mountain House, I cannot eat the stroganoff.
No, there's definitely mushrooms in that.
Yeah, they always put mushrooms in it. Don't ask me why, but they always do. I have to keep a track of some of their spaghetti meals too, because sometimes they put mushrooms in the spaghetti too. Why? I don't know.
No, you know.
But that's
I've never seen it
new.
in there.
I still think I would go with the Americroll APAC MREs, because for the price, it's cheaper.
The best pick for the buck.
It's $10 cheaper than the actual MREs. Excuse me. Didn't mean to yell. But you can get a 24 MREs, entrees and sides case pack for $50 if you want to go that route. Now, you're not guaranteed what you get, and I don't think it comes with a heater or anything like that, but it does have the main meals and a side. But you can also get the individual ones as well, with the 2-pack MRE side dish or chocolate pudding special. Now, the humanitarian emergency food 2-pack, which is basically a day's worth, is $8. Now, that one, I do not know if it's menu number 2 and 4, which I have no idea. Most of them are generally vegetarian, which I pretty much ignore. I don't care if it has how many calories it may have. I do not feel.
I didn't realize so many pasta dish is considered vegetarian.
Actually, the 24 MREs is actually a better deal.
It's not MREs. It's the give me a second here. It's not a full-on MRE because it doesn't have the heater pack or anything like that.
No,
It's just the entree and sides.
side. Yeah,
You're out. Come here.
Now,
but you get more food in it.
the humanitarian one is daily ration is cheaper, but not necessarily better. Like I said, I still like the Americurl one Apex because they're cheaper, and they actually have full-on meals with heaters and accessories and all that stuff, which I kind of like. It's not too bad. I want to try them and do maybe a test comparison on those to see how good they actually are. Because $40, I can do $40 just to see how it works.
No, you definitely can't have the humanitarian one because I've already seen
Mushrooms,
onion or mushrooms and peanut butter.
yeah. So I do know that the Miracle ones had sunflower seed, basically. I can have that. I'm okay with that. So that's already decided for me. But I would probably pick up a few of the extra MRE specials, entree specials, that I could intermix with what they have, because they have about 8 different options. You can just buy the packs of the main meals, like from the beef stew, Southwest beef and black beans, Mexican style chicken stew, chicken and noodles, chili with beans, spaghetti with beef, chicken burrito bowl, and Santa Fe rice and beans. So one of each of those, that's a meal in itself. Now, the only one I probably wouldn't go with is the beans and rice one, because I don't like rice. It's just a personal preference. But the
personal preferences aside, when you're starving, you're going to eat.
I understand it's high in protein and all that other stuff. It's a texture thing as well, Cliff. It's like why I can't eat spinach, cooked spinach.
Oh, I can't eat spinach at all in general.
Yeah. So now the rest of them sound pretty decent. These two I could eat all day long. Chicken and noodles, same. Chili, same. Spaghetti, same. But the chicken burrito bill I've never had, so I don't know. And the Southwest beef and black beans, that's basically sounds like chili to me. So I could probably do all those except for the rice one. But they're like really inexpensive, from $1.95 to $3.95, depending on which one you get. And just throw those in additional to what you're already picking up with the other ones, just to round off your meal, or if you get tired of the same thing all the time. And it's really budget friendly that I could see. Now, that's not including shipping, obviously. That's an option that you can consider.
Oh, you'll like this, Colin.
What?
They added the Commando folding stove in there. $6.
Is it under cooking?
Yep.
Okay, let me check.
No, survival.
Under survival?
Yeah.
Survival outdoors under cooking.
And they got the fuel tablets there for $5.
Yeah, those are the Coglins ones. I actually showed those off to SD Mountain Man because he's got that folding stove I gave him.
Yeah.
And I also now these fuel tabs I'm not sure if they're the same chemical compound as the ones that I got him. The hexamine tab is what I got him, but I'm not sure what the fuel source is.
Probably C4.
No, I don't think it's C4. They would not sell it that cheap. I know C4 burns. I know people use C4 to cook with.
I know.
Because you don't have a percussion cap, it's perfectly safe to burn.
Yep. No, my dad, when he was in Vietnam, he'd take the blasting cap out of a grenade, take off the top, and they'd throw a match in there, and they had just enough time for a jiffy pop.
There you go.
That's highly dangerous.
No, it's just a hot jet of fire.
That's still highly dangerous.
And you have a souvenir for after that.
Yeah, you got a useless grenade. You got a paperweight grenade.
Pretty much. Well, no, you still have the fuse. But I wouldn't want to mess with the fuse.
No, neither would now.
Yeah, but if you ain't got no fuel to use the fuse, what's the point?
You could use it to start a fire.
No, my dad dug one up at the rototiller where we grew up.
Right.
And he showed us how to disarm them.
They just twist off, don't they?
Yeah, you just twist it right off.
So
it's all screwed on there.
Now, I have not used solid fuel stoves. Now,
they got a bunch of folding shovels.
They have a lot of cool stuff on here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure how much you've looked at this site or not, but
I'm looking at it here and there with you guys.
They have the P51s as well as the P38s.
I saw that one.
They got the Stomp Emergency First Aid Kit, $350.
They do have the stoves for your canteens, your Army military canteens.
They got K-bars, but I'm not spending $130 on a damn K-bar.
They don't really have a lot of knives and stuff, so I don't really pay attention to that one too
No,
much.
they really didn't. I looked.
I mean, I would want a machete. Nothing fancy, just a machete. They don't have it, though. Excuse me. Now, first aid kits, I saw a couple of them that would be possible. Not probable, but possible. Because I'm not spending $120 on a first aid kit.
They have a machete.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. It's under outdoor tools.
Okay. Let me look under tools here. Where's that at? Is it under gear?
It's under survival outdoors, under outdoor tools. You guys are on that Army Navy outdoor theme, right?
I'm on it. Yeah.
Okay. That's new. They didn't have that last time I was on. Okay. Oh, no. That's just for the sheath.
Ooh, sad. Never mind then.
Oh, so there's no Molly hatchet. Oh.
Nope. They do have the folding shovels of various types. They do have the multi-tool, which is not necessarily a bad one. I think it's more like a Leatherman. I think. Someone verify, because I mean, parts of it looks like my my suspension, but I'm not sure.
Oh, they got the silky saws too.
They
Those
do have
ones
the silkies. I did notice that.
Those are nice.
I would think if I'm going to go with one, I would go with the Silky F180, the large one, because I want to do. I don't want to spend $44 or $45 on a Silky pocket boy. You know what I mean?
They got half pup tents with poles for $50.
Yeah, they do have tents and tarps and stuff like
Shelter
that.
half.
They also have the same tents that I've got, the Light Fighter ones. Now, fire starting in here, they actually have the Coglins Flint strikers like I have. They also have the Yuko version.
Frustrating.
They have the magnesium fire starters like I have, as well as the Stormproof matches, Yuko long burn matches, and a U.S. issue aviation match. I'm not familiar with that one, but it looks kind of cool.
The strike everywhere match.
I don't know if it's Strike Anywhere.
Let's see, I'm not even seeing that one on mine. They got the windproof, the long burn.
Under Survival Outdoor, under Fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Should be right at the top. Under U.S. issue aviation matchbox.
Oh, the Matchbox container. Yeah,
Oh.
basically the little tub with the 4 boxes of short matches.
Yeah, they're not Strike Anywhere. They're just regular
Yeah, matches,
box
yeah.
matches. Now, would I substitute Strike Anywhere? Yeah.
I wonder how good those Coglin fire sticks work.
They do. I've used those before. You do have to break them up, but they do work really well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a like a wax fuse.
It's like a fire brick.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, like what I got.
They're fire bricks, basically, but made in stick form. Now, I don't see what they're made out of because it doesn't say. The package might tell you when you open up the pack by the look at the box and stuff.
Probably compressed cardboard or something.
It's I don't know. They say they leave no odor and they burn completely, so they're non-toxic too. So there's that.
Probably pine and paraffin wax.
Something. But
Cardboard.
that's a real. I mean, they do have quite a few good methods of fire starting. I like their little mess and firebox tin. If you really need a really big thing, other than getting yourself an Altoids tin. Though personally, the Altoids tin is a little bit easier to come by because you get to eat the Altoids, obviously. Now, I have not used the Yuko Fire Striker and ferro rod stuff, so I don't know how.
Yeah, I have.
that
Actually worked pretty good.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it might be a little skinnier than the Coglins version.
It's probably because of the way they took the picture.
Now, I'm assuming that the magnesium one.
I'm hoping it's got to be either Doan or Coglins. If it's a Doan one, then that's probably not even going to work.
Well, the Coglins is what a lot of this other stuff they have is Coglins. So I'm assuming they might be Coglins. There's nothing wrong with Coglins. It works perfectly fine.
It's the Doan mag bars that I've heard have some serious issues.
I've never heard of those, to be honest. But you won't know until you get it into your hands because I don't see anything written on it. But it could be just like the ones you get from Harbor Freight too, because Harbor Freight does carry.
Yeah,
these
those
kind
are
of-
the knockoff Dome bars. That's why they don't work.
right. I've heard a lot of people have trouble with those.
Yeah, it's because it's not magnesium. It's a freaking block of metal.
Right. But go with Coglins, folks. Much better brand. If you're going to go with the magnesium fire starters. But they have really
mine every once in a while, and I test it out just to make sure it still works, and yep, it still does.
now the little windproof and waterproof storm matches in that little white box. $4 is a really good deal for a dozen matches with
Shit,
a
what you-
waterproof case. So that's not bad. Especially you got some stormproof matches that'll last you a little bit. And it looks like it comes with tinder too.
No, it's a cotton pack. They basically stay because those will strike themselves.
Oh, okay, so
Just
it's
rub
a safety
the wrong
thing.
way. Yeah,
Okay.
it's to keep the match heads from rubbing against themselves. But yeah, you can get from the looks of that picture. There's about 12 matches in there.
Yep.
4, 6, 8.
One,
Yeah.
two.
Oh, but they got 13. So 13 matches. But if you do half and half upside down, you can get a lot more in there.
Right.
You can get about 20, roughly about 20 matches in there if you do them. If you split them half upside down, half not upside down. It's really what's really funny is if you look at the matches in the case versus the ones on the floor.
Ooh, I'm looking at the ACU FLC floating loaded carrier vest.
What was that again?
Where's that one at?
The fighting load carrier vest kit.
Okay, that's
Under
the other
what?
military
Underneath
surplus.
It's underneath gear. And technical vest. I'm looking at it. I'm going, that would make a nice fly vest.
Are you talking about the Molly 2 or are you talking about the UMC?
The ACU FLC fighting load carrier vest kit used.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that one. That's not too bad for $50.
I know. No, it's $24.95. They make a nice little fishing vest.
It's a load carrier vest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. I was looking at the tactical assault panel.
No. I'm thinking of a fishing vest. They'll keep all your lures in and everything else.
Are you talking about making a tactical fishing vest?
Yeah.
I don't know that the ACU SLC fighting load carrier vest kit looks way better.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
For $25, that's not bad though.
Are you looking at the one that has the pouches actually attached to it, or the like gray?
The one that has the pouches attached to it.
Okay.
Because there's the Molly 2 3-color desert. I think it has pouches.
No, that one's probably got a pocket. But no, the one Jason's looking at, yeah, that would make a heck of a fishing jacket or fishing vest.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got all that Molly too, so you can put a bunch of stuff in there.
Oh, yeah.
All the way around, even the waistband. Now, here's the question. How big is the waistband?
Probably not big enough for my fat belly.
It says one size fit most.
Yeah, exactly.
Me, probably not at all.
Probably not.
Well, remember, these were all designed for people that were, in boot camp and, running 40 miles every other day and in, peak physical condition to carry, like a 60-pound loaded rucksack out of the bush.
Right.
With a freaking 50-pound machine gun. Not for us dad bods.
Now, I will say this. The USS issue Molly 2 fighting load carrier FLC goes up to $29. It's very similar. It does not zip up. It just has the clipping belt clips for the top and bottom.
Ooh, yeah. Alice pack frame for $70.
You're looking at the backpacks now, huh?
Yeah, I switched over. They got the GI type medium Alice pack with frame.
I want the frame I could attach to my my medium pack. Not necessarily the Alice frame, but they have a new
Ooh, 2 pages. Ooh.
a Molly 2 rucksack frame is what I was thinking, or the Molly medium Molly.
Yeah, they got it for the Molly 2 Army rucksack frame, $17.95.
That should. I mean, I was thinking about. I'm not sure which one would work best for the one I have. If it works, if both of those would work with this. That would give me some stability in that pack. That'll make it easier for me to carry stuff instead of just hanging off my shoulders. But that would be more of a bushcraft bag than would be anything else. So I would have to go through all that.
The most random thing on here: vintage canvas Wayfarer backpack, leather. Oh, it's either leather or canvas. Canvas. Everything else on here. Digital camo, woodland camo, just camo. And then there's this beige freaking backpack.
Where are you at?
I'm on the second page.
Oh, second page? I was on the first page, so I'm trying to figure out where the hell you were.
Well, I'm in my house. Well, my living space.
Now, one thing I probably would add to what my backpack doesn't have is the waist belt.
Yeah, they got that too.
Yeah.
ACU Molly rucksack waist belt used.
And they have the snow. They got the snow cover.
Yep.
Which it doesn't really matter if it's snow covered or white or not. It's a rain cover for your backpack to keep it dry.
Yeah. But you'll notice that both pages, page 1, camouflage, mostly camouflage. You got desert camo that would work perfectly fine down here in the brand, or actually would probably be better suited for Utah, because it would match the background. And then, like I said, page 2, you get over there and you got that just straight up beige backpack.
Which one are you talking about, beige? Are you talking about the vintage one?
Yeah, the vintage can's beige, bro. That's beige brown.
I think it's just regular canvas.
Yeah, it's brown canvas. It's just so odd because it's bam. Here's a brown canvas bag.
It's in the Molly. It's in the same style that I have, but
that's not in the set. It's not even a Molly backpack. It's got the 3 external pouches and then the 1 main bag on top.
Right. I mean, they got them really nice ones. I mean, I got the Alice pack, the camouflage version. Ian's got the same kind I got, but he's got a large. I got a medium because I didn't think I needed a bigger one than the medium for the gear. But I don't want to buy an Alice frame because that swings are heavy. I have wore those things; they suck. That's why I was thinking about going with the Molly 2 system one. The medium Molly or the Molly 2. I'm not sure which one I could use with my Alice pack or not.
Well, like I said, they got them in there.
Well, I can give it a shot. That's all I can say. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But the thing is, that would give me a lot more support than not. And they only come in one color, foliage gray. Now, this year, what is a good one? Shelters.
So I'm over here looking at the beds. I mean, those beds wouldn't be bad for a setup for a cabin.
That's for more of a survival setup.
I would just say even for not even a survival setup, just a cabin.
Right. They do have one item in here on this site that I want to get from my gear. They have the patrol bag I'm missing. The foliage gray one. I'm looking to replace. I need to add that to my gear to complete it. Because I've got everything but that part. And I also want to get. I already have the Light Fighter 1 tent, so I don't need that. But they did have at one time the winter kit.
Wow, snow gear sucks, but don't bother wasting your time clicking on that site, on that one. If you're looking at for sleeping or shelters.
I'm looking for a combination of both. I mean, the patrol bag is the sleeping system one. The foliage gray is what I'm looking for.
They've got the U.S. issue Gore-Tex ACU bivy. Well, that's just
I've got most of the bivy already. Only part I need is the patrol bag. I don't need anything extra.
Yeah, don't think you're going to find that. They've got the, like I said, they've got the U.S. Marine Corps issue 2-person combat tent. Then they've got the Katoma military.
Give me a second.
They got the Bugnet basic. And then the light fighter tent.
I have a light fighter. I don't need that. Now, like I said, they do have the foliage gray for like $60. I mean, I'm willing to pay that just to get it to complete my gear because I wanted to have a complete winter setup. But I have to pay the $160 plus to turn my light fighter from a 3-season tent to a 4-season tent.
Scooter.
Unfortunately, I can't put a stove in there to heat up my tent from the inside. Now, could I find a way to heat it up? Possibly. I don't know how, but I'm sure there's a way somehow. Like maybe I don't even know if this would even be feasible. Your little battery bank that you got, Cliff.
Yeah.
Would it handle a small space heater?
No.
Okay.
I've got a 400-watt heater and it won't even turn that on, even though my unit's a 600 watt.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it would work or not. I mean, I have a Heat Buddy, but that's too big for that.
You might those 12-volt car defrosters, those window car defrosters that you set on your dashboard and you plug into the lighter.
I have one of those.
It should. I think it'll run one of those. I mean, the defroster, it's a little heat. It's better than nothing.
Right. I'd have, I might be able to do that then.
And in a small enclosed space, that small amount of heat
might be the difference.
Yeah, exactly. Between you freezing or actually sleeping relatively comfortable.
Well, I mean, the tent itself once I get the winterization part, which is like 165. That, like I said, changes the tent from a 3-season tent to a 4-season tent. Only option is that I also have once I get the patrol bag, my sleeping system will be full on winter setup. So good for about -20. Now it's rated to -30, but I'm putting down -20 for just comfort rating. But that in proper long johns, that kind of thing anyway. But between the two,
I honestly, personally, I hate most sleeping bags like supposed temperature rating because they never test these in an area where it's like 20 degrees with 15-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh, the ones that the Light Fighter 1 tent tested. They've got video of multiple tents in an encampment with people sleeping.
Yeah, that's the tent itself, but not the sleeping bags.
The sleeping bags are part of the whole system. And this is where soldiers slept in snow. I mean,
well,
you see
of course they're going to make it good for their people. They don't care about the rest of us.
Well, that's why I'm going on military version for the winterization, for the sleep system. That would be, I would not trust a civilian version and to save my life. I would not.
Ooh, they got whoobies.
Now, the whoobies there are not bad. I did notice at one time, I was on Corporal's Corner. He found a person who made their own version of a whoobie that actually had a sleeve that would fit your sleeping pad.
Hey, this video is doing better than my last video.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I actually got 17 views this evening.
Woohoo! As soon as I am able, I will watch it.
Yeah.
I have not done so because I haven't really been on all day. So
Yeah, I've been outside all day.
yeah, I just was literally just sitting in my chair because I was just feeling miserable. And doing laundry.
Yeah, doing that too.
I even shaved and everything today. So now I don't know what you guys got for winter gear. I mean, I understand it does get cold in Albuquerque at night in the winter, but I don't know how cold it gets.
I have never had to use anything more than a basic sleeping bag.
Oh, one night I had to use a onesie when I was outside.
That cold, huh?
I mean,
yeah.
where you guys live, and where Jason lived, never got as cold as it does where I live.
Actually, it's colder here.
It is cold, but not as cold as it gets in
Put it
Iowa.
this way: out of the 21 years we lived in the Phoenix area, I never wore my onesie.
Now, okay, what's your onesie consist of?
Onesie.
It's a big. You saw it a couple years ago when I was wearing it. That night we had that flash freeze when I was outside working.
Right.
Padded jumpsuit
Oh, okay.
and my insulated jumpsuit.
Sort of okay. Like your Carhartt one what jumps the thing.
Yeah, like it weighs like what, 24 pounds.
Yeah. By the way, I got word from Mandy that she loves her vest. So she's got her Carhartt now, so she's happy.
Nice.
About that. And she loves the pink flashlight I got her too. So I'm glad she likes that too. She's got an O-Light now, Cliff.
Yay.
A pink one.
There's nobody in the chat, right?
As far as I know.
I don't know. Why did you end it?
No.
There's like 4 of us watching still, technically.
Somebody's watching. I'm not sure who.
I don't see a lot of comments, though.
I haven't seen any comments since I put that one down. Anarchy, television did one, and
Yeah, since he put the link down, I haven't seen jack squat up in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna see who some of these people are because I've never heard of them. Weldon Carey, they do have a thing about knives and stuff, so I'm not sure how many
Especially
did.
better knives.
Anarchy's got almost 1,000. He's getting close to 1,000 subs.
Yeah, so I am gonna follow him,
Me.
and I'm gonna check out Anarchy.
That's what I'm saying. Well, Anarchy is of almost 1,000. Weldon carries almost as 1,000 too.
Anarchy, they do a little bit of everything. They like a lot of restoration stuff. Looks like. Yeah, they do a lot of restoration stuff on Anarchy Television. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Restoration stuff means you reduce, reuse, recycle. So I'm okay with that.
Ooh, I like that singer that he's got.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ooh, that's a beauty.
I actually saw something that someone did with one of those old Singer treadles sewing machines. The person had taken the base off of one of those and used it with a hurdy-gurdy. You know, the ones that you crank?
Yeah.
He attached the wheel of the pedal of the treadle sewing machine to the hurdy-gurdy.
That's funny.
It works.
Yeah.
I mean, it allows him to play a little bit more hands-free without having to worry about where his stuff is all keeps it all on one level and everything. But if it works, it works. And it probably can go faster with that or slower, depending on how fast you pump your foot. But yeah, both good channels. So thanks guys for coming. Really appreciate it. Now, is there anything that was like really interesting, that weird on the Army Navy stuff that you saw, Cliff?
Nah, I just clicked out of it.
They have lifestyle clothing. I didn't even check that one out. They have their canvas backpack, Wayfarer backpack there. They even have a log carrier.
Log carry's easy. You just need a stick and a piece of rope.
Yeah, but they actually have a canvas one.
Man, get that like everywhere.
Jason,
What?
they have a Rothko Uncle Milty travel vest. You need to take a look at.
I will.
It's a fishing vest. It is a literal fishing vest.
But it's not technical.
Well, it is from Rothko, after all, and it does come in black and gray and different colors, and it looks like you could hunt with it. But it's showing a picture of a guy with a fishing pole, so there is a actual fishing vest on this thing, and it comes. Oh, it actually does come in woodland camo. So,
Put my food in the fridge.
and you can get it from anywhere from small regular to 3 extra large. So there you go. They do have tactical fishing gear now. Now, here's the thing. I'm not sure if they have fishing gear at all. So I'm just going to figure out what fishing stuff they actually have, besides the vest, obviously. But I don't see any fishing stuff.
Yeah.
Other than the vest. I would think they would have some kind of survival fishing stuff. Because I know that for a fact that a lot of the pilots and stuff had fishing gear in their kits. Now, I don't see anywhere under any of the stuff that would say that. I'm supposed to try to get the free digital manuals, but I have not got them yet because they're free. And they have a lot of good information on all those things. I just haven't got them yet. But I want to check one under disaster emergency supplies and see what they got there. Oh, they do have the Aquapod 2.0, Jason.
Aquapod?
Yep, for the bathtub.
Oh.
Now, you fill up your bathtub with all that water. They also have the Yuko candle lantern, as well as the Commando folding stove. They don't have a lot of water filters, though. They have the Aqua Mirror Frontier Tactical Survival Straw Filter. I don't know how much I would trust that. I mean, I'd rather use a full-on, just straight-up water filter. They do have the Aqua tabs, though. Now, that one is $14 for that Aqua tabs. And it's tetraglycine hydroperiodide, whatever that is. I can't pronounce it, so if I said it wrong, my apologies. But it says one bottle has 50 tablets will treat 25 quarts of water. So
each tablet?
Total.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know how many gallons that turns out because I always get that number mixed up.
Yeah.
Is it 4 quarts to the gallon?
4 quarts to the gallon. That's why it's called a quarter.
So it's just a little over 8 gallons.
Yeah.
So that'd be
What's
like not quite a water buffalo or a
it's like
blister
one
bag.
tablet per canteen.
The canteen, definitely. They do have some really nice water bottle setups, though. The Bushcraft water kit is looking really interesting.
Cliff back yet? No.
Bushcraft water kit. It's like the bottle like I got and the cup that goes with it, but it's also got a round Molly kit to fit in it. It also has a stove with matches and water purification. And some looks like solid fuel tablets too. But they want $80 for it, which is not necessarily a bad deal because it's a stainless steel 32-ounce bottle. Water bottle with a nesting cup, purification tabs, stove, fuel tablets, waterproof matches, and a water insulated pouch. I mean, if I owned it, I mean, it would probably. All I wanted was the pouch because I already got the cup and bottle from Pathfinder. So I would probably buy spend the $23 on the Molly compatible pouch for my gear and then get the rest later. And I can get it in any other color I want. But I'm more of a khaki kind of guy anyway, so I just like the straight khaki.
I know that's why you got 2 cats.
Huh?
You said you're a cat kind of guy.
Khaki is what I said.
Cat key guy kind of guy. I almost said a weird word. I'm done. I think I'm mentally just, my brain's officially done today.
Oh,
I took apart 4 pallets, sucked all the nails out, and built a freaking 7-foot by 4-foot pony wall out of 2x4s.
oh, really?
Now I
Hey.
got to build 2 more.
Yeah, I found out last night why we're not getting our hours from StreamYard.
Yeah, I saw the message.
Yeah, StreamYard does not. They don't. They sold.
Well, no, it's StreamYard doesn't share their hours with YouTube,
Nope.
even though we're streaming through YouTube as well.
Yeah. Because it did not originate through YouTube, so we get hours, but we don't get the public watch hours. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a kind of big kick in the butt. It's a knife to the butthole. But you know what? Such is life.
It
Guess
happens.
we're just gonna have to make more videos.
So I'm gonna try and use YouTube going live.
Well, when I do my StreamYard, I attach my YouTube to it.
Yes,
Yes,
but we
all
don't
of us
get
do.
we don't get the public play hours from if we go through StreamYard.
Well,
You get
like I
to
said,
12
this will be the last month I paid for it, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to be paying for StreamYard anymore after this month.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to do the YouTube with the multiple people on.
I don't
Oh,
know how
I
they
tried.
do that.
It's not fun trying to get it to work.
How is
Yeah.
it? was it?
You're better off sitting on a grenade and pulling the pin.
No, I mean it is possible for multiple people.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you have to go through a third party.
Oh, okay. They do have some other options. Streamlabs is one of them, but I don't know anything about Streamlabs.
Been there, done that. Most people won't use it because, again, it's another Chinese site. Or was it something else? No, I think it was Streamlabs because Mark used to use that all the time, and then he stopped.
And there was a couple others that are new that they're supposed to be just as good, but I mean, I don't want to have to learn a whole new system again. You know?
Yeah. But anyways, gentlemen, I think I'm done for the night. I hate
I
to
am
say
too.
I'm clocking out early for once.
Yeah.
2 days out in the sun, and I'm beat.
I'm here from start to finish, even though I'm not feeling it. So, yay!
I told you yesterday, if you weren't feeling it, don't do it.
Actually, I'm feeling better now than when I started. So, I also took some medicine along the way too. So, that's probably why.
Alrighty, gentlemen. I will catch everybody later.
But be well, be safe, everybody. We're going to be heading out here, so we're going to
See
be
you Saturday.
out of here
See you
in
Saturday.
5, 4, 3, 2.